Shalom, back with part 2. Let's continue here. All right. This is Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red. That should be a big buzzword for you people out there. All right. What does Edom mean? Edom means red. Okay. That's what Edom means. All right. And you people will eventually see that as we go on with this lesson, because we're going to get into the blue letter and the etymology of words. All right. And that's what we do around here. All right. And power was given to him. So that red is talking about Esau, Edom, the white man. Right. Power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. You see that? Who are you going to blame that on? Who are you going to blame that on? The Arabs? Do they go around bombing nations, illegally invading nations, committing murderous genocide, stealing of lands? You're going to blame that on them? You're going to blame that on who? The Iranians? Iran? Russia? China? Who are you going to blame that on? Who's been doing that? Give me a minute. All right. Let's go to Micah. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And when the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. Who's that talking about? The international banking families. All right? Your Rothschilds, your Oppenheimers, your Rockefellers, etc., 13 families and all. That's your cabal. That's your shadow government. Okay? And everything that you see, these puppet world leaders and these puppet governments, pretty much were all set up after World War II. Okay? Through coups, all right, by the CIA. You understand that? People get the point, all right? And that's why they're able to pull off what they're pulling off, all right? And understand, because it's prophecy, okay? So the Lord is letting it happen because it has to happen. I understand? Okay? How can Satan cast out Satan? And we're not talking about the spiritual entity Satan. Satan simply means adversary. So basically when you get deep into this stuff and you understand the scriptures, you understand, like you read Isaiah 19 and 2, you know, Egyptian against Egyptian, kingdom against kingdom. Basically what it's talking about is Esau against Esau. You understand? So how can Esau cast out Esau? Well, a nation divided cannot stand. It has its end. And they are a nation divided. You understand that? Republican and Democrat is simply an example of that. But again, that's on a larger scale. Okay? That's on a global scale. Okay? All right. And they cover their fields and they take them by violence. See that? I repeat, they take them by violence, okay, by bloodshed, by murderous genocide, all right? They steal lands, okay, and the houses and take them away, and they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And yes, they took our heritage, just like when they stole our wealth, our gold, our resources, lands. They also took our heritage, and they beat the hell out of us, all right, in taking away our heritage. Because again, you know, we didn't speak Spanish before the Spaniards got here. That wasn't our language, all right, and we didn't speak English either, all right, both for the northern and the southern kingdom. Our languages were Hebrew. You understand that? All Hebrew artifacts that have been found throughout the Americas from South America, South Central America, into the Antilles Islands, which are the Caribbean, even into North America itself, have all been found on Aboriginal, Native, and Indigenous peoples' lands. All Hebrew artifacts, writings. Want to explain that to me? There are books, many of them, that were written going back to probably the 17th century, 18th century. All right. They all knew who the 10 tribes are. Okay. These books were simply kept out of your reach. All right. Out of public consumption. You understand that? So they were suppressed. Those books have been available for quite some time. And they simply match up with everything that is in the scriptures. You understand that? Okay? Because the scriptures themselves will tell you who you are. Okay? You don't need validation from Esau to tell you who you are. Okay? You don't need it. And he's never going to tell you. Okay? But he doesn't need to. That's the point. You understand that? All right. All right. I think that point's been made. All right. So, power was given to him, right? Who gave him that power? The Heavenly Father, right? Was not the earth given into the hands of the wicked? Yes, it was. Job 9:24. We'll go over there in a moment. So, power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Hello! What is Esau's blessing? We read it already, right? Genesis 27:40. The sword. See that? Right? And what is it that this guy says here, right? King David. What is that? Psalms. 17:13. Arise, O Lord, and disappoint him, and cast him down, and deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. You see that? So Esau Edom is a puppet, like we all are. Again, this is the Lord's movie, the Heavenly Father's movie, Yahweh's. Right? He's the director, he's the producer, he's the writer, he's the potter, we're the clay. You understand that, people? So Esau is a puppet, okay, for the Lord. He's used as a tool, okay? So he's known as the sword of the Lord, all right? He's the left hand of the Lord, okay? To do wickedness, okay? Overseen by the spiritual entity, Satan, who's an angel on the left-hand side, who oversees these things for the Heavenly Father. That's right. He was never kicked out of heaven. All right? Fairy tale. Okay? Remember that no servant is greater than his master, people. All right? And all through the scriptures, good and evil plays out. The Lord is about a balance. All right? For you people who don't get it, who don't understand. But this stuff is explained here in the scriptures. All right? So if you want further proof, about Satan, the morning star, like Yahushua is also a morning star, but he's on the right-hand side. So again, you have the left and you have the right. Okay, the left is overseen by Satan, the right over by Yahushua. Okay, and the Heavenly Father who sits in the middle oversees both the left and the right, because everything with him is about a balance. Okay, but if you want to read about Satan, all right, you go to Job, the 1st and 2nd chapters, and it'll tell you right there, all right, how he serves the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side. Gives you an example how he was sent down to test Job to test Job's faith, loyalty, and fealty unto the Heavenly Father. And when, Satan reported back to the heavens, to be in council, his report was that, why did you even send me down there? I mean, this guy's totally loyal and faithful. You people get it? You understand that? All right. All right. All right. All right. Now, let's go to, let's see here. No, let's go to Job. Job 9:24, right? As I told you, I proved to you, power was given him to take peace from the earth, right? So, Job 9:24. Earth is given into the hand of the wicked. See that? All right. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. Let's go here. Go to Escalatius 10:4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. See that? And in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. That will be Yahushua. But he gave it into the hands of the wicked first. All right? And that's the way he wanted it. You understand? This is the way he wanted it to be. But the scriptures are about the rise, the fall, and the rise again of the Israelites. The head Israelite being Yahushua, the Mashiach. You understand? So he got to rule Esau. It was given into his hands because that's the way the Lord wanted it. That they would get to rule first. You understand that? So Esau's in his kingdom. Okay? He's at the end of his kingdom. All right? That's a better understanding of it. All right? He first comes into power calling himself the Greeks. And then eventually they morph into the Roman Empire. So that's, the Macedonian kingdom is the third beast. Alexander the Great, his father, King Philip. They conquer all of Europe. Okay? In order to do that, they had to what? They had to take out Japhet, the sons of Japhet, which in modern day are the Polynesian people. All right? So, that's your Hawaiians and your Samoans, right? You can simply put in the word Etruscan and click on the images, and that'll prove that to all of you all out there. All right? So anyway, that's what they did. The same thing that they did when they came to the Americas, right? It's the same thing, to, conquer, colonize. You understand that? Okay? But anyway, they were the third beast, the Macedonian kingdom, calling themselves the Greeks, because they call themselves after the lands that they conquered. You read that in Psalm 49:11. All right? So, eventually they morphed into the Roman Empire. Okay? The Herodian dynasty. You understand that? All right? Again, people like to tell you that Edomites were done away with, but they can't tell you when. There's no such thing. All right? Escalatius 4:16. There's no end to all people. You understand that? And everything is regenerated. Okay? Been on the earth many, many times. Okay? You understand that? Regeneration is all biblical. All right? Regeneration gets into reincarnation, which means back in the flesh. All right? And that's the lesson for another day. All right. So, they morphed it into the third and fourth beast. That's who the Edomites are. Okay? Then they were put down for 1,000 years. Again, a fulfillment of prophecy. All right? And where do we read that? Revelations, 20th chapter. All right. All right, we'll end this here. We'll be right back with part 3, I think. Give me a minute. Yeah, we'll be right back with part 3. Shalom.